that it's recording, so whenever you're ready.
Let's do it.
Do you use social media for sport media purposes?
I do a lot.
Is it the main way you get sports information?
I would say that it is probably 80%.
80% that you use?
That's about 80% of the way that I find out news.
So it's mainly Twitter.
Mainly Twitter.
So mainly Twitter.
Yeah.
Do you use Facebook at all for it?
For finding out news or
yeah.
Very rarely. That's just like,
What are those rare occasions?
it's like if someone were to post a status that like I didn't catch on Twitter, like, oh my god, Kevin Euclid is gone or something like that, and I didn't see it on Twitter, I'd just be like, what? And then I would check Twitter and then see that it's actually real.
Do you think that social media helps or hurts journalism? Or the craft of journalism?
What else is like a big one? It's a big question.
This is the main question. No pressure.
Let's see. I don't know, because I kind of feel like it takes away from people breaking stories, because normally when a story is like first released, it's like one reporter, but with like Twitter, 15 different people will report it at the same time. So like, I don't know, you always hear like, this person broke the story, but like with Twitter, it's like everyone's breaking the story, like even you, like
Hey now.
Patrick Sheehy.
The use of Twitter obviously has gotten big, like in terms of people like me who aren't like they're doing it as a profession, but we do it as a hobby, and they make it so the idea of to get the information quicker rather than if it's right or not. Because when we've seen all the fake Twitters who aren't right but do it anyway, do you think that it's better to have the right information and not be as quick, or today having social media and Twitter, whereas we get the information right away, but it may not be right or it may not be in detail what we want?
I mean, I definitely think it's cool to have the information right away, but, I mean, yeah, it can also be terrible, like, if they break news stories and, like, it's not actually true. Like, you saw that with, like, the Chris Paul trades and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They thought he was coming to Boston, someone would be like, Chris Paul's been traded to Boston, but it's not even true. But, in another way, it's, like, exciting for the fans, because, like, they know as soon as it happens, like, that it did happen.
I know you're a big basketball fan. How often are you on Twitter during a Celtics game? Or during any basketball game you watch, or any sports game?
I would say for football games, I'm on more than basketball, just because it's slower paced, because there's like more breaks in the action. But for basketball, it's like once every few timeouts I'll check it, or like at the end of every quarter. It's not often. It's like a boring game.
Do you like being able to follow someone and have them get their opinions throughout the game? Like on Twitter specifically. Do you have anyone specifically you follow that you enjoy the most?
Yeah, I like the Celtics Life Twitter. They have funny tweets on the games and stuff like that. Red's Army, he's alright. Sometimes he's a little bit of a buzzkill, but and then Bill Simmons really sucks. I don't really like him anymore. I used to love his work. But
Well, you read the book of basketball.
Yeah, that I love, but his Twitter pisses me off because he's
Why?
always like, because he's so negative. I don't know. He's always just like talking about how much we suck now and stuff like that. Like before, he used to be just like funny. Now he's just he complains a lot.
So the role of journalism in a democracy is defined as like being able to keep people in check, separate truths from lies, be a watchdog for certain like companies or things like that. Do you think Twitter or social media as a whole helps journalism, the craft of journalism, helps people keep in check on people like, say, like the organizations and stuff like that? Do you think social media helps journalists crack down the story and get the information better?
Like helps them write their stories, you mean? Or like?
Do you think it helps them get the information and keep people in check so that, like, if it's like, say, like the Penn State scandal,
Yeah.
if it wasn't for social media, do you think there would have been as much information out there as there was as quick as possible?
No, I don't think so. And also, you wouldn't have seen as much of a uproar from people about it.
Yeah.
I think because that's like where you saw most of the complaints was on social media places like Facebook and Twitter. Those people complaining about it, saying like when they came out with like the sanctions and stuff like that, people were all like celebrating and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But no one really talked about it in public as much as they did online. I feel like.
Off the record, do you think the Miami Heat suck?
Yes.
And what are your opinion on right now? Maybe.
No comment.
Have to have a comment.
It looks like a milk dud.
That's the end. That's being used. That
Look
is
at
somehow
that.
being put.